2, 1, 2, check 1, 2. Let's get it started, man. Check this out without a doubt. What is up, YouTube? How y'all doing? Something don't feel right on this side, man. What's going on? Hey, check this out, man. We doing some overtime, baby. We doing some overtime. First of all, April. It's Uncle Mike's birthday, man. This is my birthday month. April the 30th is the Uncle Mike's birthday. I was going through seeing what I was going talk about, and lo and behold, Ali Carter popped up, and it says Ali Carter kidnapped after leaking location of Diddy's human sacrifice site. What? Now, some of this stuff is clickbait, man. So I don't know. I haven't looked at this yet, but this one and this video right here is the two I found. We haven't been hearing much from Ali Carter because I guess the trolls or the haters or whatever you want to call them kind of pushed her into silent mode, and now all of a sudden somebody's saying that she's kidnapped. I'm worried about her. You know what I'm saying? I'm hoping she's okay. I don't care what anybody say, man. God damn, boy, if you support Jaguar Wright, you in trouble. If you support Ali Carter, you in trouble. It's almost like the Redskins and the Cowboys. If you're a Redskin, all the Cowboy fans hate you. If you're a Cowboy fan, that's a bad comparison because we're talking about human lives here. We're talking about people. So, Ali last live was 10:06. So let's hit that subscribe button, hit that bell, and let's see if I can get some updates on what she's been doing lately. So let's check this bad boy out.
Imagine looking at a newborn
Disclaimer.
baby and then being in a room over and hearing it scream its head off when somebody's cracking its ribs.
It's over for Ali Carter, y'all, because she just got kidnapped and her family is on the internet begging us to help them find her before it's too late. Apparently, the people who kidnapped her haven't even called to ask for a ransom, and that's what's really worrying her family because that means her kidnap wasn't because of money. They snatched her up per the orders of one of the higher ones in the industry, and they don't intend to bring her back alive. Just a week ago, she went on live to tell everyone that she and her family had to relocate because some strange men broke into their house and vandalized the entire place.
Okay.
Clearly, whoever these people were didn't give up because they came around again to whatever location she was at.
All right, well, this video was uploaded like 2 days ago. I just wanted to see.
Snatched her up. Now, as I said, just a few days ago prior to her getting kidnapped, she gave us an update on her safety and revealed why her and her family had been getting hunted down like animals for the last few days. She said she was afraid they were going to take her out and that if she turns up missing or dead one of these days, it was definitely them. It turns out some people have been paid to come after her and her family, and these people broke into her house to ransack the whole place for potential evidence against the people they're working for. She actually went on live to show us a video of what her house looked like after the goons broke into it, and it looked really bad, y'all. Luckily for her, she wasn't home when they came, so they weren't able to attack her. However, they definitely left a mess to let her know they were there.
You get pressured, attacked, stalked, and hunted down for your own information. You get abused and re-victimized again by people who wanted to argue a back and forth this week like that fucking mattered. Okay, you had Stu Peters and Timothy Charles Homestead going back and forth, and nobody has even bothered. Not that I give a damn, and not that I understand that you guys are gonna be that selfish, but nobody has bothered to apologize for all the hell that has happened. But you guys were arguing back and forth, and in that meantime, we lost our home. You don't believe me? Here you go. What once was a full house, we were still paying rent on our house. What we were doing this whole time was moving everything because our house is gone. Our house is gone. This is the speaking out. What was our beautiful 3-bedroom acre home on 21225 Standing Rock Avenue, because everybody has the address, because organizations that were attached to Marx, Sawyer, and many other organizations decided to put out the address, my license plate to one of my cars, and many other of my so here you go, you can have it, right? Because this is what happens when you speak out. This is what happens when you tell all the truth. This is what happens when you decided to stand up for the children, and when you understand that survivors don't just get to do a seminar, and when you understand that survivors don't just get to just be and then show up somewhere and talk and monetize everything that they're saying. When you realize that that's bullshit, then you will understand. Look at the tactics and pay attention. Pay attention. I'm still not asking you for a damn thing but to wake up. I'm not asking you for a damn thing but just to get outside. I don't give a damn about money, numbers on my platforms. You can have all of it. You took everything. The only thing that I give a shit about right now is the fact that there is a baby in the way. There's babies in the way.
That's me.
There are people that I love that I can't get out of the way.
That's my voice on there.
What am I supposed to do when the people in the authority that you're supposed to go to, you can't go to them?
Now, when it comes to the main reason why the industry is after her, it actually is a lot messier than you might think. Ellie has been going at this for a while now, but she recently took things a step further when she leaked major tea about Diddy's alleged sacrificial camps and the vile things that used to happen there when he was a free man. She claimed that Diddy and his associates have a
Dude, I'm trying to tell y'all, man.
about Diddy's alleged sacrificial camps and the vile things that used to happen there when he was a free man. She claimed,
we the best music. I'm telling y'all, man, this dude, I got him down for taking a stand in Diddy's case. His name got to come up. He's in too many videos. He hung out with Diddy too much. Every time I look, he's in a video, man. So this guy right here, keep an eye on him. He's in my top 10.
that Diddy and his associates have allegedly been stealing people's kids and making them have intercourse with horses and dogs while they record on camera. She said these poor kids were allegedly also kept in metal chains while satanic rituals were performed on them. Allie didn't specify where exactly these rituals were happening, but she said she saw all these things herself while working in the industry, and most of these kids didn't make it out alive. And the few ones who did definitely didn't come out as the same kids they were prior to getting messed with by Diddy and his people.
There you go again.
But right now, I think a lot of people are not ready for someone to tell you that there are 3-4-year-olds that people take pride in sticking bars of children. I don't think people are going to be able to stomach the fact that people tie 2, 3, 4, 5-year-old children to horse stables and have horses and dogs raise them, and then they get off on that. I don't think people are going to be able to stomach the fact that people hang children upside down in satanic ritual abuse meetings, and they literally hang them. Literally, by metal prongs, they hang them to get blood dripping out of them, and people go up under and like you're under a rainfall to take their blood. There are situations that I don't think people are ready for. We're not touching the seriousness of trafficking. Like, the videos that I've made, the videos that I've started to make, this is not even touching. This is the gist of it, and I think so many people are quick to raise a sign and say adrenochrome, but you don't know what it means, and you don't know why it's such a thing, why it's such a strong thing in trafficking, and how what makes it so strong. What, you know that they're drinking children's blood, but you don't know what they're doing to those children to make their blood strong enough to cause something to flip your system in order to keep you in the fountain of youth. No one believes that because it sounds like an unreal horror Disney movie that someone wrote. You know what I'm saying?
It kind of is.
Now, some of y'all might be wondering whose kids are being used in these sacrifices and why the police haven't been investigating. Well, it turns out most of them were actually being shipped into the United States from poor countries. Apparently, they were given to Diddy by their parents. And that's why they weren't reported missing. And this actually checks out because if y'all remember, Diddy was arrested on human charges. His indictment stated, and I quote, Combs relied on employees, resources, and influence of the multifaceted business empire that he led and controlled, creating a criminal enterprise whose members and associates engaged in and attempted to engage in, among other crimes, forced labor, kidnapping, arson, bribery, and obstruction of justice. And if you thought all of that was crazy, wait till you hear the other crazy things that Ali had to say. According to Ali, Diddy's freak-offs allegedly involved underage boys and girls. But here's where it gets even more disturbing. The boys supposedly had it even worse than the girls. Allegedly, they weren't allowed to eat anything until the freak-offs were over. And why? Because Diddy reportedly didn't want them throwing up or needing to douche while being passed around by his associate. But here's the thing though, y'all. Some of his associates allegedly actually had a douche fetish. So these associates would handpick a few boys, and these boys would be made to do things that would cause them to have some kind of diarrhea so that they would end up pooing during the freak-offs. And as if this wasn't bad enough, they would make these boys lay in their poo and record it.
Watching an episode called Pig Night. When I went, they tried to feed us, and I remember it because when
Pig
you
night.
have to do
Say what?
orders, jobs like that, you don't eat. You're not allowed to eat. You actually have to starve yourself, because when you have to do those type of jobs, you can't eat because you will throw up.
Really?
If you are doing, or if you are a guy doing it, you will shit everywhere.
Don't say that.
Oh boy.
When this happens, your parents will get mad at you. Really mad at you. And if that is a fetish for someone, they use that to their advantage. So if you throw up on someone, you will have to eat it. If you someone, you will have to lay in it.
But even aside from Diddy, Ali had other shocking tea that she didn't hold back from spilling, and that included the late Tupac Shakur allegedly being her biological father. She says the reason why she hasn't been acknowledged by his family is because a nurse swapped her out with another baby after she was born, and she ended up losing contact with either Tupac and his family. She also claimed that Tupac is alive, and that if he doesn't come out to claim her, she's going to drop all the receipts and expose his current whereabouts to the public.
Tupac, you won't be able to hide from the public if I do. Okay? Anybody that was in my biological family as surrogates, they know damn well what I'm talking about. All of y'all know what I'm talking about. And if something happens to this woman right here, that's the only person that I will ever consider. She is my mother. I know nothing else. So somebody touch my mama, it won't be a Sandra Bland situation. You guys will be seeing us on t-shirts. And I'm down with that because we know where we're going. But if insurance releases insurance, you release everything. And I mean everything. If a song comes on of cleaning out my closet, everybody knows what that means.
Cleaning out my closet.
So I want to tell you now, I know a lot of shit that I should not know. I haven't even got to the facilities. I haven't even got to things where things are buried. Why do I know cases that were in San Bernardino in 2005 when I was a child? I know a lot of shit that I haven't put off yet because every time I do, you guys see what kind of hell that we get. So like I said, Tupac, you know what I'm talking about, and you won't even be able to hide from your own family.
She also went in on Akon and accused him of allegedly SAing her friend. She said she attended a party with her friend after getting invited by Akon and his friend from Dubai. When they got there, Akon and his Dubai friend allegedly spiked their drinks. And once the substance started to hit them, Akon's friend started SAing her friend by pushing his fist down her private parts. But here's the part that had people side-eyeing Allie though. She admitted that despite all the things Akon's friend was doing to her friend, she actually wasn't mad at Akon at all and even went ahead to sleep with Akon that very night.
We were taken to these houses, really nice houses.
She drugged up, that's why.
Before we were told to go to a room, we were in the living room, and I was sitting with Akon and my friend was sitting with his friend who was from Dubai. They still didn't do a test or do a sample that they could do. So his friend fisted my friend. He beat her. She fought him, and it made things worse. You're not allowed to help. You're not allowed to you're not allowed to flinch. You're not allowed to get angry. So I didn't help her. And I'm really sorry. And she got hurt. She bled a lot, and she got really sick. And I didn't get to see her anymore after that. So I didn't cry. I didn't get mad with Akon. I didn't get mad at all. I wasn't yelling. I wasn't asking him to let me go. I didn't get mad at him. I did what he said. It wasn't bad. It just wasn't brutal. It wasn't bad. It hurt me.
Clearly, all these things she's been revealing have been pissing the wrong people off, and they are after her life. Allie has been on IG Live for weeks now, and that is unlike her because by this time, she would have been chatting it up with her fans and spilling major tea about some things, but this time, she's just silent. Her family still doesn't know where she is, and they've reportedly even filed an official missing persons report, but nothing has come of that yet. As usual, people had their own thoughts about this, like this person who said, she's not Tupac's child. However, it doesn't mean what she said wasn't truth. She has been speaking on Diddy for years, one of the first to speak out, and no one paid her any mind. I hope she is safe, sound, and protected. Another person said, these people are sick. These are kids. Suge Knight said some things about Akon. He knows. She's been since she was a little kid. Her logic is not like ours. She will never get over this. But now I want to know your thoughts. What do you think about Allie getting kidnapped? And do y'all believe that Diddy allegedly had something to do with it? Let me know your thoughts in the comment section below. And don't forget to click here to watch this other messy video.
That is crazy, man. They didn't say too much about the kidnapping, and I don't think she kidnapped. I think she just hiding. This is another video I found. I heard my voice. They took some of the video footage from my channel, man. I love to see when people use me and my reactions and stuff in the channel in their videos. Man, I think that's amazing, man. I like that, man. Shout out to all the subscribers and everything. Yeah, hit that subscribe button, hit that bell. Let's check this out real quick, man. Just to give y'all a double whammy. Trigger warning. This is a trigger warning. Yeah, you got to say that sometimes. Ali Carter describes what actions, what the auctions was like. I'm sorry. Hit that subscribe button, hit that bell. Hey, let's check this one out. Here we go.
Like a little baby on the floor. I'll post it. You don't understand what people do. Have you seen that picture of there's like a little baby on the floor, I'll post it. I will probably get blocked on here again if I put it on my story. But I know you guys have seen this picture. There's a picture of a baby. They got a picture of a bunch of kids tied to a wall. That's actually an auction. They're tied to a wall and they're hanging on the wall. That's another form of an auction. Some auctions are very pretty. Some you get to stand. Some you got to be naked. I had some really weird auctions. Some you're tied to a wall like produce or like retail. And basically like you're picking a t-shirt or you're picking clothes. Buyers come through wherever you're at, wherever they put you. And they literally like, okay, there's a white kid, there's a black kid, there's an Indian kid, there's a girl, there's a guy. They check how big your dick is. They check how much space your vagina has. They check your teeth. They check your anal cavity. They check everything. They have a taste. They walk into a room and they have basically like how you have, if you walk into a car lot and you're like, can I turn on the car? Can I sit in the car? Can I open the door? Can I sit in the seat? That's literally what's going on in an auction.
That's crazy.
For children, for 6-year-olds, for 7-year-olds. They walk into an auction and they will say like, I will buy for a test sample of 2 fingers. I will buy for a test sample of a full hand. And they literally get to walk up to a 6-year-old and shove their hand up their cooch.
Damn.
That is what we're talking about.
That's a shame, man.
You have people, there's a picture of a baby, like maybe 5-6 years old. It's a little baby boy and he has like a leash around his neck and they're walking him around and he's butt naked and he's on the floor. Okay. I know everybody has seen this picture before. The thing with that's also a test. Somebody will shit on the floor. Somebody will piss on the floor. A guy will come on the floor. A female will, masturbate and squirt on the floor, and they will bring in a child to walk through that, to play in it, to lay in it, to put on their body, to lick it, to see if they can walk around and act like a dog, to lick their shoe, to see how well their gag reflexes are. It's a gag reflex check.
Damn.
So if they come in and they're feeling horny and somebody starts jacking off on the floor and they bring in a child, they're going to check for that child's gag reflex by putting them in the middle of that and seeing if they throw up.
Damn.
That's what we're talking about.
Damn, yo.
You get me now?
No, I don't get you. I still ain't gonna get you.
But you have attorneys that are going to be working right now trying to get Ghislaine off on technicalities. So keep all that shit in mind.
They will take bars if say for it's they're saying like I don't want to penetrate a child today. I just want to participate in this auction, right? They will have something there that looks like a broomstick with a dildo on the end. And they will walk a child around and they will make them lay on the floor and they will take that and stab them with it. Damn. Vaginally, anally, whatever. And they see what the gag reflex is. They see if they cry. They see if they don't have a reaction. They see how well the drugs are taking, what drugs they're on, if they'll cry, if they'll be loud, if they'll moan, if they'll whatever. For the teenagers, it's a whole different ballgame. The teenagers, they will see if their body naturally gets wet. And then it's their fault. If your body will automatically start to respond to what's going on. If you don't, you're a defect. So ladies, if you stay dry, you're a defect. Then they really mess you up. Then that goes into bondage and torture fetishes. Then that goes into blood fetishes. Because if you're not ready, and if there's no way that they can just do whatever they want to do and just get it over with, then then they put stuff on dildos, and then they make sure that when they rape a kid and they're bleeding, then that takes more power because there's adrenochrome, there's power, there's control, there's extra money because you're paying to get rough. There's so much shit that you guys are not realizing that what this life is.
Wow.
These are children.
Wow, that's crazy, man. Don't say that.
And after the auction, sometimes they don't even buy the kid, they just messed up. It's just a sample. So say Fords, they go into a room and they rape the hell out of a 7-year-old with a dildo stick and a machine, and they turn the machine on and they say, oh, you know, she started bleeding, so now she's damaged. I don't want that one. Guess what? They don't. Now you're going to get beat by your pimp because you started bleeding. You're going to get beat because you fucked up. And at first they were sampling you like they were going to buy you, and now they're not going to buy you. And then after that, then you go back to wherever. You got to wait until the next job, the next auction, the next whatever is going to be next. Now you got to go back to that. And now you got to deal with whatever they just did to you. So if you're bleeding, if they spit on you, if they use bottles, if they use alcohol, if they use something else that made you sick, now you got to go. There's no shower. There is no, I'm going to go pee. There is no, I'm just going to go wipe off. No, it don't work that way. You go back to wherever they were holding you. You sit there and you pray to God that you don't die. You don't get a disease. You don't get sick. You don't have an issue where you need help.
Wow.
You just got to do it. And if you die, they snap your neck if they have to, or they just go bury you somewhere and it's over. The baby farms. This happens on baby farms too. You do understand that, right? Where they're holding babies, newborn babies, fresh out of the hospital babies. There are people who have fetishes on hearing a baby's ribs crack as they have sex with them. There are people who have a sick fetish and taking enjoyment and feeling their dick hit somebody's ribs.
That's nasty.
Do you get me now?
No.
There's men and females who feel like their dildos and their strap-ons are real, and they have enjoyment and hearing what it sounds like to break a child's ribs. You know that cracking sound of your knuckles? You know that sound? Yeah, it makes a crazy-ass sound when you break somebody's ribs.
Wow.
It makes you breathe in, too. It makes more pleasure for them when you breathe in. Ask me how I know. These are babies. There's baby farms. The hospital sells babies to these baby farms. They put them in the little beds that you see when you know you go visit the baby right after they're born and you're like, oh my God, it's a girl. No, they go put them in these little things, and then people go down there and poke at them. People go down there and stick their fingers in them. People go down there and open their diapers and lick them. You remember that picture of the Pope sucking on a baby's dick?
What?
Do you remember that? You think that was a joke? You remember the rabbi? And the baby is screaming its head off? You think that's only what they do? So there's people at a baby farm. There's nobody holding the baby and, oh my gosh, it's crying and I'm just going to dress it and feed it and clothe it and give it a bath. No, they're experimenting and they're poking at them and they're seeing which babies can take sexual trauma. That's what baby farms are. So you imagine looking at a newborn baby and then being in a room over and hearing it scream its head off when somebody's cracking its ribs.
This is the war we're in. The fact that Ghislaine even has anybody willing to represent her is absurd and ridiculous. Eyes need to be looking on the attorneys. Job or no job, would you do that morally? There's no justification for that.
And some people are like, and especially this whole situation with, this whole fuckhead Stephen Kelly. I had to kill someone to get out. I had to do what I had to do to get out. What would you do if you heard somebody in the next room over telling somebody else that, when I go in this room, I'm going to have sex with them. And then after that, if they cry or if they fight me, I'm just going to slit their throat or break their neck. What would you do? If you're sitting behind that door and you're listening to that, what are you going to do? Because my attitude changed when I would hear somebody talk about me like that. I can't tell you how many times my pimp told me, you either get on that stage and do what I tell you to do, or I'll make sure that while they cut open your body, they'll use every open slot as a puppet. I'm like, got it. Machines? Anyone? Machines? Mm-hmm. On that note, well, when you put it like that, I'll get my ass on the stage. I can't tell you how many times somebody has told me, if you fuck up on that stage, I promise you, when you get off, you're going to regret it. Like, all right, tell me what you want me to do. Because I can't fight you. I'm not going to win this fight. I've had 5 or 6 dudes, big ass dudes, on me, holding me down, and I was still bucking some of them off. Because my pimp, I talked back to my John, my order. Not my pimp, my John. I was on an order with somebody, and he was supposed to be able to do whatever he wanted to do. I wasn't having it one day. I just couldn't deal with it. And on top of that, I was on my period. I'll never forget that shit. I was starting my period, and I was like, I can't do this. He wanted to taste my blood clots. You want me to make you sick? He wanted to taste my blood clots.
Oh.
He was telling me to push so that way he can taste my blood clots because he liked the way that it felt.
Oh my God, man. I don't know if I can, girl. I don't know if I can keep listening to this. I'm going to turn the volume down and act like I hear it. I'm going to act. Next time you do a video, it's going to be on mute. I'm going to be nodding at the wrong time and all kinds of stuff. That's facts.
I started fighting right away. I couldn't fucking deal. I was like this. I can't. Like, I know he told me to, but I fucking cannot right now.
Ew.
Like, I cannot. And the man was trying to put the blood clots on his dick. When I say there's some things that I just don't know how to even express or talk about, I can't. Okay? So that one day, I lost my shit. I really lost my shit because he was trying to hold me down and he wouldn't stop. And I was trying to like figure out a way to deal with it. I couldn't do it. So I fought him. Really bad. There was a lot of blood, but it wasn't mine. So my pimp came, and him and about 4 of his friends that were there for other girls, they held me down and stabbed me with a needle and told me if I wasn't going to give blood, they'd make blood. But they were stabbing me somewhere else. So I'm officially shaking. So we're done with this conversation. But yeah, sweating now. So it's fine. I just need you guys to understand.
It's easy to say Ghislaine's on trial for trafficking and they trafficked and they had an island and yada yada, but you need to know what exactly that means, who that involves.
Yeah.
You need to be looking at who's helping, who's defending her, who's making life easy for her. It's bullshit.
Yeah.
And you need to wrap your head around the war that we're actually in.
Yeah.
And what they did. How many skeletons did they find in the water on that island?
It's fine.
Children.
Not even upset. It's just, it's fine.
What they did.
There's a lot. There's a lot, and I think people really need to understand. I'm not even upset right now. I don't even know what the hell's wrong with my body. I'm shaking. It's fine. It's fine. It's fine. It's fine. It's not fine. It's fine.
Wow. I'm glad that went off. Man. Hey, real talk. People have some weird fetishes, man. I remember in high school, I was like 17 and I was working a construction job, and this guy was talking about having sex with, he said, having sex with gay punks. That's what he called it. And he said, man, I just like this. And this, he telling me this, and I'm not gay, and I don't even want to talk about no gay stuff. He said, yeah, man, if you the one doing it, that don't mean you gay. And I'm saying to myself, yes, it is. Because, he's an older guy on a construction job, right? And he was talking about green stuff on his thing. And I'm like, he said, yeah, man, I be liking that, man. So, I take him out to dinner, make sure they had plenty of greens and veggies and all that stuff. And the next day I go over there. Oh, my God, that's amazing. And it's funny because I was like avoiding him ever since then. I ain't even want to work with the dude, man. I think I quit the job. So that's when I realized that there's some people in this world got some weird fetishes. Hostel. There was a movie out called Hostel. That stuff is real, man. They make it into a movie because people want to do things, fetishes. They get millionaires. You got so much money. Ice-T put out a movie where they would find a bum in the street and everything, put him in the woods, give him an hour start, and then they go hunt him down. And they kill him. Off him. You're supposed to say off him or something. It's some weird fetishes. Why would you want to do something bad to a person? I guess I got a fetish too. I got a fetish, y'all. My fetish is to help people. I'm addicted to trying to help people. 2 words. Help people will make this whole world better. Why would you want to hurt somebody? I don't understand that part. Well, I hurt somebody, who deserve it. Let me see somebody else. Man, I jumped on a car when the guy, the little kids was bumming change and stuff, and the guy got in his car and said, yeah, there's some change right there on the board. Go reach in and get it. When the kid reached in, he rolled the window up on the kid's arm, and then he tried to drive off, dragging the kid. I jumped up on the car. Not on my watch. I see something bad going down. Not on my watch. Uncle Mike a little too old now, y'all. I don't know. I might pull out my phone and start recording and yelling, help, help, help. Shoot, I ain't no fool. Look here, man. I hope to God that Allie Carter is okay. I hope to God that she is not kidnapped and held for some ransom and all that type of stuff. I'm hoping, praying that that's clickbait. Look here, I'm gonna get on up out of here. Y'all take it light, take it slow. Tell them Uncle Mike told you so. Peace out.